Yo guys, what's going on? Rob with 421 Media House coming at you again with another deck review. This week I've got the Tally Ho Vipers. These are pretty, I would say, underrated playing cards. The first thing you're going to get here is you're going to get this black tuck case. It's got a silver metallic ink on that tuck case. These were printed by Ellusionist. I don't know if they're available anywhere else. I did get them from Ellusionist. They are USPCC, like all Tally Ho's are. You're gonna see here these are a black seal on mine. I don't know if you get an old deck of these, if they are blue seal or not. I haven't personally seen those, so those might be out there somewhere. The tuck case itself actually looks, I'll grab a deck of regular Tally Ho's here, we can compare them. They look very similar to the regular Tally Ho's. Instead of saying Linoid finish here, it says Viper. And then ultimate card handling here, whereas it doesn't say anything here. And then you got the little Viper down here instead of the number 9. The side of the playing card, United States Playing Card Company, Linoid finish, made in the USA. And then if we flip this over, performance coated, made in the USA, US Playing Card Company. The back of both tuck cases is the fan back design, which is kind of neat to see. And then we've got the Ellusionist copy print here, whereas you got the Tally Ho copy print here. I'm not going to be dealing too much with the regular Tally Ho's in this particular deck review. I will show you the back design is exactly the same, but we'll crack these open and take a look and see what we get with the Tally Ho Vipers. So, first of all, this is the, like I said, this is the fan back design that you saw in the traditional Tally Ho's. It's just, this time around, it is this silver color. Which I think is kind of unique. It's this is the double backer. You get this, it's just a metallic reflective ink. One thing that I did appreciate about this deck is that it is printed on a USPCC premium cardstock, and the cardstock was dyed black, and then the only other color in this entire deck of cards is this silver metallic ink that they printed it with. So like I said, you get that double backer, which is pretty standard in a lot of decks, and then you get the Ellusionist ad card, again just regular back design on the back of that, and then we get the Tally Ho cards. So the leading ace of spades, and then like I said, there's no color in this deck. These are all standard faces, they're just in this silver ink instead of the black or red ink that you see. Even the red cards or red suits are now printed in it. One thing that I have found about this deck that's a little bit challenging that I've noticed with some people when you play with it is that they do Suicide King. It's like I said, they're just standard faces. They're just only the monochromatic colors, the gray or the silver and the black. One thing that I have seen when playing with this deck of cards is that because the colors are the same, sometimes people just have to double check, especially with the hearts and the spades, and make sure that they've got the right card. Those two seem to be the easiest ones for people to confuse. Other than that, though, I think these are a great deck of cards. They're relatively inexpensive. They're a little bit more than your standard Tally Ho's. Again, identical jokers with this particular deck. Because of the monochromatic color scheme, as I was saying, people do seem to kind of get a little bit caught up on them. I do think that this is a bit of an underrated deck, and I'm not 100% sure why. It's about $6, so it's a little bit more expensive than, you know, a traditional deck of Tally Ho's would be, but it is a really nice, elegant looking deck of cards. It's very classy, very unique in all senses. I hadn't seen any other monochromatic decks like this before where it's only 2 colors, and they really stand out. I think they did a really good job with these cards. Like I said, they're USPCC premium cardstock, so they do handle pretty good for those that want to see that. They are traditionally cut, or I believe they're traditionally cut. Let me just double check and make sure for you. I have used these cards a little bit before this review. So those Pharaoh traditionally, let me try non-traditionally and see what happens. My particular deck Pharaoh is better traditionally than non-traditionally. I'm assuming these are traditionally cut. So yeah, that's basically it for the Viper Tally Ho's. If you guys want to see anything from me in the future, Comment below, let me know what decks you want to see. I do have a couple of decks coming up. I've got a really unique month of October planned for you guys. For those that listen to my podcast, I'm doing an entire theme built around paranormal and ghosts, and I'm trying to get a funeral director locked down, dropping on October, I believe it's the first Tuesday in October. I'm sitting down with a good friend of mine who's a movie connoisseur, and he's giving us 10 must-watch movies for the month of October. Anyway, like I said, if you guys are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed watching this, hit that like button, and we've got another deck review coming out for you guys next week. We'll see you then. See ya.